Helian was there for that, which we love him. He's Daycourt. Daycourt Daddy. He's a freak. Hello everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I am Anastasia, the Black Bookworm, and today, y'all, I'm gonna be transparent. I recorded 20 minutes and you could not see me the entire time, so we're gonna try to do everything that we did over again. Y'all, I went in, I talked about this book. We're talking about A Court of Wings and Ruin. Y'all, I'm so upset. I'm so sad. I talked for 20 minutes. And okay. It is what it is. We're just gonna do it again. Yes, thank you so much for being here. You could be literally anywhere else. You're here with me. I appreciate it. I'm just flabbergasted that that's 20 minutes of footage that I can't use, but that is what it is. Let's just get into it. I can't believe I have to re-record all of this. I'm so sad. Oh my god. Okay, whatever. I read A Court of Wings and Ruin. I finished it at the beginning of the month, and I've read several books since then. A Court of Starlight and Frost being one of them, and I am halfway through part 3 of A Court of Silver Flames. And I've read so many books within that throughout this month. I say that to say I'm going to do my absolute best to summarize what happened in this book that put me through everything I've ever been through, as far as like a reading journey goes. And I'm gonna do my best. Here we go. So when we left off, Feyre was like being a secret agent for the Night Court because she went back to the Spring Court with Tamlin. And Tamlin was like, at first he was a little like skeptical, but then he was like, okay, how could she not love me as me? Which it was like, bro, if you would just hold up a mirror to yourself, you would realize that maybe she don't love you. Not love you, but like love you like that. Lucian was like, okay, I don't know if I trust it, but that's my mate's sister because he's mated with Elaine. So he's like, I'm gonna let it slide, but like I'm gonna keep one eye on her. Sorry, it's funny because y'all know he has that one eye. I wasn't even on purpose. Okay, anyways. So yeah. Feyre like slowly but surely gets people to not trust him and his court, like gets the people that are working for him to like look at him kind of sideways, like, okay, this old dude is kind of like crazy. And he told Feyre, he was like, I don't care who I gotta double cross, I don't care who I gotta sell out, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get my woman back. And like energy, but also like no, like not from you. So he like lets Hybern has like 2 siblings that come and they like are trying to look at the wall because you know the Spring Court is like bordered at the wall, and so they're trying to find like where the wall has holes in it because the wall is invisible, so they have to figure out where there's like 2 points of entry that you can go through. And so while all this is happening, Ianth is being Ianth, the shicey little snaky little priestess, and Feyre does something to like make it look like she's the chosen one, like she gets herself to shine because it's one of her powers that she got from, well, you know, when she had all the High Lord's powers in the first book, to like resurrect her. So she has like bits and pieces and elements from their magic in her, so she uses that from Daycourt, I think Daycourt. And Ianth is like, oh my god, that's embarrassing. And like sis is like humiliated. So she don't like Feyre even more than she already don't like Feyre. But yeah, Feyre gets the Spring Court to like implode Tamlin loses all the people that trust him, that worked for him, that surrounded him. Like, they're gone. Them siblings from Hybern, when they were at the wall looking for like points, accesses of entry, the children of the blessed, like 3 of them came up, and Pharaoh was like, what you're not gonna do is bother these people. Like, they're a little crazy, they're a little cuckoo, but they mean well. Like, you're not gonna harm them. They harm them, spoiler alert. They like torture them, and then I'm pretty sure they eat them too. And then we learn that they've been poisoning everybody in the Supreme Court and like slowly getting their powers to like lessen until they like don't have any more. Temporary, but still big deal. And so Feyre manages to kill them prior to that happening. Her and Lucian like team up. And then she makes, because she's a Diamati, I don't know, y'all will tell me. She makes Ian like smash her hand with a rock. And she goes into her mind to do it. So then her and Lucian dip. They leave the Spring Court. And they're trying to get back to the Night Court, but they got to go through the Autumn Court to do it. And the Winter Court. Yeah, because they almost died there. And Lucian's siblings come. Y'all know he's Autumn Court. So his brothers come. And they, like, try to kill them. Like, but then, and then, like, they're magic, too. But then Cass and Az come. And they come to, like, save them. And they're ready to, like, kill them. They're going to end it all. These brothers are going to be dead. And Feyre was like, no, let's not do that. We need them alive. We need to make these alliances. This isn't going to help if they're dead. And so they don't kill them. And they're like, oh my God, I can't believe you would listen to a girl, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh, that's my high lady. What she says goes. And then everybody's like, oh, wait, what? You're a high lady. You're a high lady. What? Tea. So, big deal. They make it back to the Night Court. Her and Rhys are finally together. It was just like, yes, thank God we missed you, Daddy. Then we get to see Nessa and Elaine. And y'all know Nessa was already, like, mean. Like, she's been mean. She's been about that life. But now she's just mean and high fae. Elaine was real sweet and cute and dainty. And y'all know she was engaged to an old dude. I don't remember his name. But you know his daddy is the one that does not like fae. And he's, like, trying to lead that charge to, like, get rid of them. And he's rich, so he can do it. Well, you know, he has the means and the access to, like, try, at least. So now Sis is depressed. She's deteriorating. She's like a shell of herself. She's sitting outside looking out the window, just sad, like, just sad. Like, she can't really, what's it called? She's just kind of like depressed, like really depressed. And so like they try to get her like out gardening, and she starts working with Rhys's, what's it called? Them two, y'all know them little twins that be helping Feyre get dressed and stuff. But we also learned that Elaine is a seer. Like, she be sounding like she lost her marbles, but she was actually like seeing the future, and things that she was saying was like they were coming true. One of the things was like when they were in the library, which I forget why we went to the library in the first place. It's like a sanctuary that Rhys created for priestesses that have been through trauma to like come and be safe and like work there. And there's this monster in there at the bottom, Briaxis, I believe that's the monster's name. Wild. Oh my God, I forgot. Okay, sorry, I just remembered. The first time that I recorded this, I forgot that Ian had died. Yeah, she had died. But by the weaver in her house. Because Feyre used the, what's it called? The thing that has the answers. She got it to tell her how to do something. But like it knew it was gonna die. It was actually kind of sad. She led Ian there, and Ian and somebody else, and y'all know that weaver needs to stay young. She gotta eat you. So that's what she did. And so that's how she died. And then Helion was there for that, which we love him. He's Daycourt. Daycourt daddy. He's a freak. What else happens? They're trying to get their what's it called? They're trying to get alliances. They're trying to figure out when they're gonna meet with each other. All the high lords of the night, not the night court, high lords of the courts, and like their courts are trying to come together and convene so we can form an alliance. We can stop this war, because we might not like each other like that, but we got bigger issues that we got to figure out. And people don't trust Rhys because they're like, we remember how you was cuddled up with Amarantha. So then Rhys has to tell them like, I did that to save my court. I did that to save my people. Like this was, I'm actually not as bad of a person as y'all think I am, which fair. He's not. So is this when they meet? I'm trying to give y'all important details, y'all. I'm trying so hard. I had to read something on the internet that like summarized and recapped everything, and I was like, oh yeah, that did happen, because I forgot. So they finally have their meeting, and this whole time, oh, I forgot, yeah, before they go to the Court of Nightmares because they wanted Nesta and Amryn working together, because Amryn was trying to train Nesta to use her powers, because y'all remember when she was in the cauldron, well, I don't know if y'all remember, because it's discussed in this book, she like took from the cauldron, like physically, I believe she bit, like took from the cauldron. So they're trying to teach her like how to use her, I don't even know what to call it, like her substances. And so they go and like take her to the Court of Nightmares. Her and Amryn go off somewhere, and like while they're there, they have a surprise meeting with Morrigan's parents, because y'all know they run that area, and we don't like them. They're trash. Y'all remember she was supposed to be married to Eris, and Eris pops up at this meeting. Nobody knew that was going to happen. Moore feels betrayed. It's really sad. Az feels sad because he can't really do anything sitting next to them, because they're in the Court of Nightmares and they have to appear stone-faced and like unfazed by everything. And in reality, everybody's like, what is going on? But Rhys knows because he planned this meeting between him and Eris. And like he had formed this alliance, and Moore's like pissed because her parents already like ruined her, that nailed something into her stomach, because she was like, I'm not trying to get married to nobody. So she went off and she had sex with Cassian, and it's already like a big deal because he's like not respected, because he's like half Illyrian and half something else. Huge deal. Anyways, they left her for dead. Eris walked up on her with his friends, his little crew, and they were like, yo, we should probably help her. And he was like, nah, we finna leave her for more dead. So we don't like them. So you see, forming an alliance with someone that caused you that kind of trauma is like mad disrespectful. Anywho, they finally get to like their meeting at the top of what's it called, the day court, I believe is where they have the meeting, and everybody shows up, even Tamlin, which everybody was like, whoa, what are you doing here, sir? Because they don't trust him. They didn't want to tell any of their plans. They didn't want to tell like what they had, like how many armies and forces and all this other kind of stuff. They're like, we're not trying to talk around him, because he was all up and through Hybern's like behind, like trying to be up in there. We're not trying to even team up with you. We don't trust you. And Tamlin's like, yo, I can help you, because I'm like, he wasn't really like, yo, I can help you. He was actually like, Feyre, you're a whore. It was crazy. It got wild. The meeting didn't really run the way it's supposed to. But that second day they were able to get some stuff talked about, and Nesta was like, yo, something is wrong. And so they circle the area trying to see. They're like, oh, we don't see nothing going on. And Nesta's like, yo, something is wrong. Like telling Feyre, like, we need to get up out of here. Something is not right. Turns out Hybern used the cauldron to destroy the wall. Wall's gone. There's like no chance of them not going to war. They have to go to war now. And so that's where part 3 happens. Let me check how much time we have on this camera, on this video, because we're gonna get some spoilers like right now. Let me see how many minutes we got. Okay, we got 6.5 minutes. We might be able to do this. We'll see. So they go to war. First and foremost, they use the cauldron to like call, like to kind of like a siren song, because Feyre, Nesta, and Elaine were all made, and they're like, you hear that? And Amryn, they're like, you hear that? Why is that? Oh, we hear that. Don't nobody else really hear it. Elaine goes to it. She ends up getting lured into the Hybern camp. Feyre and Az have to go save her. Y'all, Feyre's been getting flight lessons this whole book, and sis sucks. But to get out of there, they have to fly. And Tamlin shows up and helps them, and like makes wind and lifts Feyre up into the air, like on the wind of the spring court, supports her wings. It's real cute. But also like, the damage is done. We don't like you, but thank you for doing something that you should have done. Anyways, but we didn't know he could do that, so it was a nice little surprise. What else happens? Oh my god, Cassian almost died. He's leading like a like a force, a fleet of like 1,000 soldiers. They're like flying through the air, and Nesta sees like the king is like about to strike something with, what's it with the cauldron? I don't know. He's gonna do something, and so imagine a fleet of like 1,000 soldiers, and here's Cassian coming to help him, and then Nessa's like, Cassian, like screams his name to the top of her lungs, and so he's like, huh? They're still flying, and then poof, they all die. They die. He lives. Big deal. He's already feeling kind of guilty, but you know, Nessa had to save my dog. What else happened? So Nessa's like with him, trying to make sure he's good. Something happens where he like gets sliced and Az has to save him, and something else happened with Az where he's like, he was destroyed and he's trying to be fighting too. It was a lot. But also this whole book, they were trying to get all these people to come back and like, everybody. They're trying to get everybody that they could think of that would fight against Hybern. They were trying to get, and like we only knew about the courts. Not even all of them, because Autumn Court took forever and a day to get there because Baron is sorry. So they come, and finally you get like, oh, I didn't tell y'all about the Bone Carver. The Bone Carver was like, I'll help you if you bring me this mirror of whatever it was called. And this mirror has made people gone mad, and they were just like, there's no way that we can risk it. We can't get him this mirror. And so, but then Vera like disappears and goes, finds the mirror and looks at it. And the thing that made people go mad is that it shows you who you really are. And it's like, if you can't accept who you really are, which most people can't, like the good, the bad, the ugly, then you just lose it. But Sis like saw herself as like, it was like this. It was a beautiful moment. She accepted herself. She brought the Bone Carver the mirror and was like, get your behind up. You finna go to war too. So the Weaver is there. The Bone Carver is there. Bryaxis from the library. The Darkness is there. Like just killing everybody. Just die, 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 die. But then like more soldiers come. So like it's hard to hold them off. But then people come from the water. There's a queen that's like cursed. So she's like this kind of bird, but not this little bird. Just like a big crazy fire breathing bird by day. And then by night she's a queen. She comes and helps. At this point, they have to go to the cauldron. They have to do the spell, but like Elaine is weak. Nessa is like, I don't know. I don't remember why she couldn't, but Feyre's like, look, I'm made. I can go. And Amren's like, okay, I think we can just be us two instead of them four, because we don't want Elaine to get like lured again. And Nessa's like, let me watch after my dog. So Amren and Feyre go. And they go to recite the spell. And when they get there, Amren throws the book. She throws it, like closes the book, throws it. And like Feyre is like stuck to the cauldron, and so we're reading like, oh my god, did she get betrayed? Did she get betrayed? What's going on? What's happening? And so like I don't remember what happens, like why Feyre is like going through the like skies and like being able to see everything from like the perspective of the cauldron. Spoilers coming. If I haven't already said that, a lot of spoilers are coming. So first of all, their daddy ended up like, they thought he's like off doing like merchant stuff, but he's off like getting allies and like creating an army. And he came in on 3 ships, the Elaine, the Feyre, and the Nesta. And y'all know that they don't have a good relationship. Nesta and her daddy did not have a good relationship at all. So the fact that he rode in to save to save them on the ship that was named after her, it was so cute. I was emotional. Like, oh. And then what else happened? What else happened? Oh yeah. So the king, like Nessa's daddy is like telling her like he loves her and all this stuff, and Nessa's just like, y'all know Nessa, she be mean like to a fault. And so she's just like listening, and it's just like, I don't know, she's having a lot of thoughts happening. But the king snaps the daddy's neck. Dies. Daddy's dead. So after the daddy dies, sad times. Feyre sees it, but like doesn't like, she never says anything about how she saw the daddy die. I don't know if she'll say something in this book, but she had this book and Silver Flames, but she ain't said nothing yet. Anywho, we're like stuck on the fact that Amren betrayed us. We're like, Feyre's gonna die, what's going on? But in reality, Amren like gave up her form, the physical form, like the body that she had, because if y'all don't remember, Sis was like, yeah, this is not my real body, this is the form that I took when I got out the jail. She gives that form up to become her, and she's like, she was scared because she's like, I'm not gonna remember y'all, I'm not gonna remember who you are. But she ends up remembering. It was so sweet, because you know she'd be laid up with old dude from Summer Court, Valerian, I don't remember his name. But she sees them, she makes eye contact with them, and she's like, it was really sad because she goes to like kill everybody. She like wipes everybody out. And so did what's they called? The people that they've been looking for. The human and the fae that fell in love, and then they ended up like staying together and like creating a whole army, and they like stayed hidden. They ended up coming by. Which is a lot. It's a big deal. Everybody's coming to help because this is an all hands on deck kind of war. This is not a cute little we don't need your help war. This is like all or nothing. And so that happens. And the cauldron breaks. And like for some reason they have to put it together. And Feyre like has the ability to do it. She just needs like a little help or something like that. Y'all, it's been a month since I've read this book. Bear with me. But Rhys comes to help. And y'all know he's just selfless to a fault. He's like, I will do what it takes. I will give all of me. And that's exactly what he did. He gave all of him and died to get the cauldron back together. And I forgot the name of the thingy that was like, stay with your mate, stay with your mate, stay with your mate. The Bogue. Because Feyre's like, she can't hear him in the bond, and she's like, what's going on? And she sees that he's like gone, like dead. There's no life in his body, not in his eyes or nothing. Oh my God, I was crying. I was bawling. I don't remember what chapter. It was page 666. So Feyre like begs all the high lords of every court to like come and like give a little drop of magic like they did for her. And Baron and his sorry little salty vine, he does it too. It takes him too long, but he does it. Everybody helps. And Tamlin has to give himself too, and it's just really sad because she's looking at Tamlin and she's like, I know I betrayed you and all this other stuff, but just like, please, like, she's begging, she's yelling and screaming at everybody. And he tells her, he says, be happy, Feyre. I believe that's what he said. I believe that's full. But he gives his little drop of spring court magic. And we get Rhys back. He was really only gone for like maybe 5 pages. Maybe. I don't remember which video, which shot I talked about Daddy Helion, the daddy of the day court. His fine self, but he's fine. And we learned that he's Lucien's daddy. And that's why Baron don't like his wife. First of all, Daddy of the day court is a freak. He be doing it with everybody. And good for him. We love that. But he was in love with Lucien's mama. I forget her name. But she was like, I don't know if she was mated with old dude from Autumn Court with Baron or what, but she was like betrothed to him, so she had to get married. Is that the right word? I don't know. But she had to get married to him. And real sad stuff. But they had like their babies, but then Lucien is like a little bit darker than everybody else. Because Helion is black. Say what you will. The way he was described, I was like, oh, that's a black man. And Lucien is his son, but he don't know it yet. Like, neither of them know it yet. So, scandalous. What else happened? I'm trying to think if I left out any details. I have no predictions because, like I said, I read A Court of Starlight and Frost and Starlight. I read that already. But yeah, this book was amazing. This book was probably my favorite in the whole entire series so far. And the way that like everything's looking, this will be my favorite book of the series. I cried. Jasmine cried. We just cried. We had a video call, me, her, and Fallon, where we were just crying, and Fallon was just looking at us like, girls, keep reading. And we were like, we can't. We want to throw our books. But we finished, so that's what it is. But yeah, that was A Court of Wings and Ruin. That was my second time doing this because the first time was super blurry, so I'm so sorry about that. If I don't know if I repeated stuff or not, so my sincerest apologies. I was just trying to make sure that I got y'all this video, so it is what it is. But if you like this, please like, comment, subscribe. If you read this book, how was the summary? Be honest. I did my best. But yeah, we loved her. Emotional damage, but we loved her. We're gonna get out of here because I'm drained. It took a lot to get this video out, but we did, and we love that for us. So I'm gonna see y'all later. Bye.